You know, I gotta laugh at this whole BMP thing. First off, guys, this is not something that's new. It's been being done now for years. Um, Basically, according to the Clean Water Act, some of the city sizes since 1996 have been complying with BMPs. The problem with it is now is they're demanding that these other cities at different sizes are complying, and they've given them deadlines. It's all about federal dollars, federal funding. If they don't do it, they're not going to get the federal money. Isn't it funny that it always comes down to money? Of course, we want to be responsible as contractors and do the correct things. But just to forewarn you, um, you know, this mixing of the detail guys, again, I'm going to explain this. The detail guys and the mobile contract cleaner that cleans flat surfaces and things like that is very, very dangerous. And here's the reason why. In California, years ago, and we're talking during the 90s, a company called the Car Wash Guys got completely shut down in the place where he founded it by the local government. And it is virtually illegal to wash most vehicles by federal law anywhere, because the contaminants on the vehicle, you are now polluting the property. I hate to tell some of you guys this, but the building washing, the house washing, the roof washing, uh, you've got to be careful with this when these guys are writing these BMPs. These things can happen, and intertwining these two are very dangerous for the simple reason somebody could raise an eyebrow to, hey, these are very similar things. There's pollution on these buildings. Now we're washing it into the ground and we're contaminating our water table. It's a very touchy, fine line. I suggest that you guys, first of all and foremost, if this meeting truly is about mobile detailing or fleet washing and contract mobile cleaning, I would recommend that they talk about these things individually. The car wash industry has been trying to run mobile detailers out of business since the idea was ever thought of. Um, they obviously spend $4 or $5 million to put together a car wash. They don't want a guy in business that can be in business for $200 or $300. So therefore, they want to make it illegal for them to wash vehicles or to wash cars on premises without having mats. As you guys saw on the city brochure that they made for this meeting in Charlotte, there's a mat. And they're suggesting that you use a mat to catch the contaminants, which in fact is the proper way to do it. It's the reason that I got out of the fleet business over 13 years ago, because the laws on fleet washing were becoming too stringent and too ridiculous, and companies were installing wash pads, therefore not needing mobile contract cleaners as much. And that's one of the reasons that I got out of it, and I, thank goodness, started doing flat work. Um, Phoenix has got a BMP in place, as you've seen it's posted. It's very reasonable. There's some places in California that are even reasonable, even though we've heard that, California is strict. There's some cities over there that aren't nuts. As we know, we've heard about the ones like Gwinnett County, where they've had moratoriums on pressure cleaning and they've completely shut down the contractors at times altogether from power washing, or scared them to death to think that they can't. The bottom line in this, guys, is that you've got to attend the meeting. You've got to do your homework and make sure that these guys don't put you out of business. Period. There's no such thing as an elite contractor. What we're doing in the way of cosmetic cleaning and safety cleaning, and for health reasons, far outweighs the effects of what someone can cause uh, mobile cleaning, as far as needing to pick up the water, transport the water, carry the water from destination to destination until we know it's disposed of. It's all ridiculous. Uh, it's not going to happen in this sense. There are only certain environmental conditions uh, that you need to do this. Uh, I've talked about them with many people. Of course, always in fleet washing, you have to, because there's contaminants on the vehicles. It also involves car washing. It also involves heavy places like parking garages and things like that, where there is a large buildup of oil and grease, and they don't get ever rained on because they're enclosed, so it just builds up. Well, of course, you have to look at it like this. The parking garage is a structure, just like a vehicle. And when you take the contaminants off the structure, now you're putting them to the ground, you've committed a crime, because it can't be done. In a flat surface area where a property's been built properly, so there is no off-property discharge, and you're not taking any known contaminants and adding it to your wash, you are in perfect compliance. If you look at the federal EPA site, you'll see that. It says it right there. I know it's hard for you guys sometimes to understand that, but there are effective ways, ulterior ways, to not needing all this big equipment that they may suggest that you need. Now, Robert Hindelander, he knows this, and he's become way more responsible than he ever has in the future. I've talked to Robert. He knows that putting an elite contractor out there is doing no one any good. It's not getting the contractor any work, and it certainly is not getting him any work. Might get him to sell 2 or 3 machines, and no support for the contractor because he can't find work anyway. If you're going to be an environmental contractor and you're going to go out there and go and sought after jobs like decontamination jobs, fuel spills, oil spills, biohazardous spills, accidents, things like that, then yeah, you need to invest in that equipment, because that type of work pays that kind of money. But I can tell you this right now: these shopping center owners, these business owners, these office complexes, these medical complexes, these condo high rises, they are not going to pay to have an environmental cleanup every time they wash a building. They will simply just repaint it. They will simply just not do it. It's a guarantee. There'll be a few that do, but they'll be few and far between. Be at the meeting. It is important. It is so important that you're there. Don't get distracted with it's about the UAMCC, the PWNA, the PWNC. It's about you. It's about every contractor in this country. Because when one of these BMPs get written wrong, our brothers get hurt.